Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillah rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for tuning into PTV World. You're watching World this morning alongside my very amazing co-host, Ms. Shiza Hashmi, and I happen to be Shahzad Hassan Khan on a very bright, sunny morning over here on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We hope everybody out there is doing wonderfully well and that you guys are ready to kickstart your day with us. Hello, Shiza. How are you?
I'm absolutely great. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm hoping the same for you guys too. Yes, we are headed into a weekend. I hope that the spirits are high for that. And I hope, inshallah, the weekend to come is absolutely amazing for all of you as well.
Exactly.
Here's a small thing. Try to spend as much time with your family as you can because, well, we never know what is going to happen next, right?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to bring you down in terms of anything negative, but just let's try to make the most of the time that we have.
Wow.
So, Shahzad, what are you going to do with your time this weekend?
All right, well, I've got a long week ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and we've made sure that that we keep you entertained and that we keep you informed as well.
Yeah.
But I'll be going for a leave. I've plans to travel to the north of Pakistan, and it's just like that me and Shiza always spoke about that how we have grown up to be at that age where we can actually call ourselves grown-ups,
Yeah.
but have really not been to the north part of Pakistan as well.
Yeah.
So this is what I'll be doing, inshallah, so I'll be traveling with my family and I'm looking forward to it. And there's a reason. And that reason, Shiza, is that, during this time of pandemic, obviously after every 6 months or a year's time, I would always make sure to, go somewhere, kind of relax and just shut off from the world I live in and then
course.
just be with myself and then kind of cater to all of those emotions which I've hid from other people as well, so not everything you can express, but the value or the cost of those emotions which you have hid from everybody else is that they're going to come back. So before they come back, you really need to sit down with yourself. So first, obviously, it was this. And, the moment this thought actually came to my mind, I was like that, hey, you know what? Everybody in my house has actually not been anywhere for the last 1.5 years or 2 years now. So
Okay.
I believe that it's my responsibility to take them out. And ladies and gentlemen, it is very important for your mental well-being as well to be with yourself, to go out to new places, to meet new people, try different cuisines as well, and it will give you brilliant ideas, newer ideas, and you will feel as if you kind of respawn, just like you have in a game as well. If it's a first place shooting game as well, so you respawn. So you feel like a baby, you feel fresh, and then you come back with a bigger bang as well, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And for everybody who's out there, if you can afford to do so, as of now, please make sure that you pack your bags, go to a nicer place, be with yourself, be with your family, talk about all of those issues which our family might be going through, kind of cater to them, and bring back those solutions which you always wanted in your life.
Absolutely. And Shahzad saying that if you can afford to do so, we only mean that you don't necessarily have to actually go on a proper planned vacation or trip. I mean, it can even be a staycation. So, well, this is how the world works. You either study, you either work, you spend time with your family. It's a cycle. It's going to happen every other day.
Yeah.
You are the one who has to take your time out to probably refreshen your mind, like you said, right,
Exactly.
Shahzad? And that is how positivity will come to you when you prepare a clean slate, remove everything bad from the past by taking a small vacation and, well, giving time to your mind. That is when you will be ready to take on other things in your life.
Yeah.
It's different for different people, Shahzad. Sometimes there are people who probably even struggle to deal with their own emotions, who even struggle to deal with any sort of hardship that is thrown to them by life, of course. I mean, there are times when life is just giving you lemons. Some people know how to make lemonade out of it. Some really don't know what to do with lemons. And it's all right. It's only natural. Let's talk about the people who have inspired us, Shahzad, to lead our life in a way that was really not possible to, well, even think. For example, there are things that will take you down. There will be incidents. There will be situations. There will be, I don't know, fights among family members, anything, things at work, things among your friends that will take you down. But whatever adversity life throws in your face, to be headstrong and to stand in front of everything so strong and to deal with it, fight with it, is what we're here to learn and share with you today.
Exactly. And today, Shiza, you actually remind me of Muniba Mazari as well. You know, what an inspiration she is,
Definitely.
because of what she actually went through in her life. Imagine for somebody who was able to walk for the first 18 or 19 years of her life, and then all of a sudden one day she wakes up in a hospital bed and she gets to know that she cannot walk for the rest of her life. And that didn't stop her. In fact, it actually brought out the very talented side of her, where she started to paint, then she became an
Yeah.
inspirational figure.
She's
She
a
go, she
businesswoman
do
now.
TEDx talks. She was an ambassador for the Nations as well. So these are the things which really kind of tells us that, you know, there's no boundary to any human whatsoever. So ladies and gentlemen, today we will be sharing such a story with you guys as well. But first things first, I want you to go take a look at this report as well, about this amazing kid we have over here in the studio with us. He's a star in the making, he's a celebrity in the making, and everybody's going to take inspiration from him because of what he is doing. Please go ahead, take a look.
Sudais, a 5-year-old boy, lives in Peshawar. Sudais has a rare condition called amelia, which means he was born with limbs missing. In his case, he had trimelia. Sudais is currently under the observation of Akbar Kare Institute, which is based in Peshawar. This institute aims to improve the lives of children and their families who have lifelong disabilities due to cerebral palsy and spina bifida, irrespective of their wealth, class, or creed. There is no one who could not be amazed and delighted to see what Sudais, with all his impairments, has achieved. He is consistently top of his class. His determination, abilities to overcome daily problems, and diligence in studies is all inspirational. Sudais has been truly remarkable in showing his sense of humor, intelligence, and determination to never give up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's never going to give up. We have this amazing hero over here in the studios with us, and for his better understanding, I want this introduction to be in Urdu as well. ख़वातीनो हज़रात, आज हमारे साथ एक ऐसा बच्चा मौजूद है जिसने कोशिश की है कि अगर कुदरती तौर पर कोई मसले मसाइल उसकी ज़िंदगी में आ भी रहे हैं तो उसने उन मसले मसाइलों से आगे बढ़कर सोचा है। अगर वो स्कूल गया है तो उसने अपने स्कूल में टॉप किया है, अगर वो अपने घर में है तो अपने बहन भाइयों के साथ उसका रवैया वैसा ही है जैसे बाकी बहन भाइयों का होता है। ना सिर्फ ये बल्कि ना उसने अपने वालिदैन से कभी शिकायत की और उसने कोशिश की है कि जो कुछ वो खुद कर सकता है वो करे, और उसने अचीव किया है। और आज हम इस बात पे बहुत खुश हैं कि वो हमारे प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा बने हैं। हमारे साथ ख़वातीनों के साथ मौजूद हैं सुदैस। सुदैस, अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू, कैसे हो आप?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू, बिल्कुल ठीक।
Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you. But ladies and gentlemen, we truly have been joined with an entire team of people, and the sole reason is that, you know, that we've always spoke about that we really need to come together. You know, all the facets need to come together. People from different walks of life need to come together to make sure that the life of Sudais actually improves. And, you know, this is one case we are actually sharing with you. There's so many cases out there, and that's how people do come together. So today we are lucky that we've actually been joined by his physiotherapist as well. He is Mr. Muhammad Raza. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Very wonderful to have you. And last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, these people come in as angels, and it's because of the fact that these are the people who are actually thinking about that how can a disability be converted into an ability. This gentleman in particular will be talking about prosthetics as well, so that, you know, how we make Sudais's life easier. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Dr. Kamran Salim Saab. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Walaikum salam. Thank you very much for having me.
So thank you very much for joining us, and it's wonderful to have you guys over here, and that too because we're talking about Sudais, and you guys are here. You guys are willing to do whatever it takes to make his life better. लेकिन सुदैस, मैं आज की गुफ्तगू का जो आगाज़ है वो आपसे करता हूँ। जो जिस बीमारी को, खैर ये इसको बीमारी तो नहीं कहेंगे क्योंकि जेनेटिक कंडीशन है, ट्राइमिलिया इसको बोलते हैं। 5 साल की उम्र से लेकर अभी तक आप माशाल्लाह 7वीं क्लास में हैं, स्कूल में भी फर्स्ट आते हैं, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह दिमागी तौर पर और बच्चों से भी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़हीन है। आप हमें अपनी ज़िंदगी के बारे में बताएं कि क्या आपको लगता है कि ये मुश्किल है ज़िंदगी, या आपको लगता है कि यार मैं तो बड़ा खुश हूँ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह और अल्लाह ने जैसे पैदा किया है मैं इंशाल्लाह इस चीज़ें बेहतर करूँगा?
मेरे ज़िंदगी में मुश्किलात भी ज़्यादा है, लेकिन मैं ज़िंदगी से बहुत खुश हूँ। अल्लाह ताला से भी शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि मेरे दिमाग ठीक है और लोगों से अच्छा हूँ, और क्लास में भी सबक अच्छी तरीके से पढ़ता हूँ, और कुरान भी माशाल्लाह पढ़े है मैंने। तो मुझसे ज़्यादा ऐसे लोग हैं जो बहुत, उसके दिमाग भी काम नहीं कर रहे, कोई मेरे तो फिर भी पैर ठीक है और काम कर रहे, लेकिन और लोग के काम नहीं कर रहे, पैर दिमाग। तो मैं ज़िंदगी से बहुत खुश हूँ।
वेरी नाइस सुदेश, आपका जो एटीट्यूड है ज़िंदगी की तरफ वो हमें बहुत पसंद है, जिस वजह से हम चाहते हैं कि आप लोगों को बताएं कि ज़िंदगी से कैसे खुश होना चाहिए। आपको एक बात पता होनी चाहिए, विजिबली मे बी ही इज़ डिफरेंट, शायद आप देखने में दूसरों से अलग हैं, लेकिन अल्लाह ने आपको उतनी प्यार से बनाया है जैसे बाकियों को बनाया है। अब आप हमें बताएं कि सुदेश की ज़िंदगी में एक दिन कैसा होता है, क्या एक्टिविटीज़ हैं जो आप करते हैं, खाने पीने के हिसाब से, वैसे एक्टिविटीज़ बहन भाइयों के साथ, मामा बाबा की हेल्प, क्या करते हैं दिन में?
वो तो बहुत अच्छा है। मेरे बाप भी मेरे साथ बहुत मेरे मदद करते हैं, मेरे बहुत ज़्यादा खिदमत करते हैं। मेरे बहन भाई माँ बहुत ज़्यादा मेरी खिदमत करे।
माशाल्लाह।
अच्छा।
तो जब आप सुबह उठते हैं तो आपकी रूटीन ऐसे है कि जैसे फर्ज करें, ओके, फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन,
You should translate.
what Sudais is saying over here today is that that he's wonderfully happy with the life he's spending. Not just that, he's thankful to Allah Almighty for giving him that righteous brain as well, because he's saying that that okay, having no limbs, it's okay, but having no brain, there are other people who might be in a difficult situation than him as well. So he's thankful to Allah Almighty in the first place, and everybody needs to draw inspiration from this.
Yeah.
Not just that, imagine that this gentleman actually goes to school, makes sure that he's going to make a career out of his education as well.
Inshallah.
Not like kids begging right on the street lights as well. So I think कि ये सबके सीखने की बात है. Then Shiza actually posed us a question that what do you do every single day? So he's like, my father helps me. Father kind of makes sure that that everything in my life is okay. My mother, my siblings. So that's the support system that we were talking about. But so that's कभी ऐसा महसूस तो होता होगा ना कि यार अभी मुझे ये काम करना था, मेरा ये काम नहीं हो रहा, तो मुझे किसी को बुलाना पड़ेगा. तो क्या किसी पे डिपेंड करते हैं आप या अपने सारे काम खुद कर लेते हैं?
नहीं, सब काम तो खुद नहीं कर सकता, लोगों पे डिपेंड करता।
ठीक है, लेकिन और वो माशाल्लाह जितने भी आपके घर के फर्द हैं वो सब आपके काम करते हैं सुबह शाम?
हाँ जी
तो
बिल्कुल।
आप लाडले हैं यानी कि चले माशाल्लाह जबरदस्त।
चलो, that's very nice. सुदेश, अभी हम इनसे बात करेंगे फिर वापस आपकी तरफ आएंगे, ठीक है? Moving on to you, Raza Saab, how long have you been his physiotherapist for?
Basically, when he is 5, he come to us. Basically, he comes with her sister.
Okay.
She has a delay milestone.
Okay.
So when we assist him, Sudais, and our team and Aki team basically decided that how we will make his life easy.
Is it a rare condition? When he came to you, was it the first time you came across this condition?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the first time that we.
Okay, so how did you guys plan on rehabilitating him? If that's the right word, sorry.
Basically, yeah. Basically,
अगर आप उर्दू में बात करना चाहते हैं आप उर्दू में कर
बिल्कुल।
सकते हैं, आप
Basically, हम
translate
ये
करें।
चाहते हैं कि अब इसने पहले जब ये हमारे पास आया तो हमने इसके अपनी टीम के साथ सब ने मशवरा किया और हमने सोचा कि हम इसको किस तरह रिहेबिलिटेट करें। उसके लिए हमने एक प्लान बनाई। सबसे पहले हमने इसके घर का विजिट किया, हमने इसका घर देखा। ये एक कमरे के रेंटेड हाउस में रहता था जिसमें एक वॉशरूम था जो एक्सेसिबल नहीं था। इसका जो घर था वो व्हीलचेयर एक्सेसिबल नहीं था। उसके लिए हमारी टीम अकबर केयर की टीम गई, उनके लिए रैम्प बनाया, इनकी वॉशरूम को इसके मुताबिक बनाया। सबसे पहले हमने ये किया। उसके बाद हमने इसके लिए एक व्हीलचेयर, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीलचेयर प्रोवाइड की। फिर हम उस व्हीलचेयर में मसला ये था कि वो व्हीलचेयर जो हाथ से कंट्रोल होती थी और इसकी तो हाथ है नहीं। हमने क्या किया कि हमारे पास एक इंजीनियर है जेम फ्रेजल, उसने जो है ना उसको पाँव के हिसाब से सेट कर दिया और फिर इसको हमने उस पर ट्रेन कर दिया कि आपने उसको किस तरह चलाना है। जब ये पूरा ट्रेन हुआ, इवन इसने पेशावर के रोडों पे हमने इसको चलाया। इसने वो व्हीलचेयर जब पूरा चलाया तो उसके बाद हमने इसको सर्टिफिकेट दिया और ये जो है ना उस पर चल गया। फिर जब हम इसके स्कूल गए, सबसे पहले इसके बाप से
अपने इदारे का भी नाम बताइएगा।
हाँ, मैं बेसिकली अकबर केयर इंस्टीट्यूट से हूँ। अकबर केयर इंस्टीट्यूट जो है ये एक मदर का विजन है जिसका अपना बेटा जो है ना वो सेरेब्रल पाल्सी था। पहले में वो पाकिस्तान में बहुत सारे डॉक्टरों के पास वो गई, सब कुछ उसने किया, लेकिन उसको इस किस्म की रिहेबिलिटेशन नहीं मिली जो उसके बेटे को रिहेबिलिटेट करे। फिर वो आयरलैंड में एक फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट से मिली जो पेडियाट्रिक फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट थी, उसने उसकी रिहेबिलिटेशन की और वो काफ़ी इम्प्रूव हो गया। उसने फिर जो है ना ये सारी फैसिलिटी के ऐसा उसने एक सेंटर बनाया पाकिस्तान में जो ऐसे बच्चों को, क्योंकि बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जो बाहर नहीं जा सकते, उसको उन्होंने पेशावर में एक इंस्टीट्यूट बनाया 2005 में, अकबर केयर इंस्टीट्यूट के नाम से।
Very nice.
और टिल डेट तक हमारे पास 17,000 से ज़्यादा बच्चे रजिस्टर
wow.
है।
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mohammad Raza Saab over here is mentioning that he is working with Akbar Care Institute, which is actually sort of established by someone who had a loved one go through cerebral palsy, right? And then they brought all the amazing facilities to Pakistan to actually cater to the people who need those facilities over here. And through those people, Mohammad Raza and the team were able to build a customized wheelchair for Sudais over here, because he just has one limb, and that too his leg. So how can a wheelchair be operated through one foot or leg? That's what they cater to, and which is amazing. We really have to appreciate that. We'll get back to this. I have to move on to Dr. Kamran over here. You're a podiatrist and orthotist. All right, so you let me know, what are some of the options that Sudais might have right now?
I'll be honest, the options usually are assessed on the basis of what is the physical condition. So we need to have a physical examination before
All right.
I delve into it. But looking at the way his lifestyle and everything, I think an electronic wheelchair was the right modality to go for. So we might not be very helpful in this, because somehow he is making use of his feet to compensate for all the prehension and everything that he has to do with his hands. And we could do some cosmetic restoration as far as the hands are concerned, but whether or not it will be functional, I doubt that. So usually you really have to weigh the options in terms of functionality and how much it's going to cost.
And accessibility as well, you know, so we really do not want to dwell into a kind of product which cosmetically might look wonderful, or probably, you know, it make it look closer to what we, call normal. But you know, what if it's towards the end of the day, it's hectic for him, or if it's too much carrying the weight as well, you know. So I think everybody needs to keep that under consideration as well. Yeah, please go on.
Yeah, thank you, Shahzad. Dr. Kamran, please, for my better understanding, and probably for everyone out there as well, I'm going to break down a question. I hope it makes sense. So Sudais' condition is natural, it's innate. He was born with it, right? There was no accident. So with such a condition, when you talk about prosthetics or the option of even giving him the limbs, are the nerves working? Like you said, there's a question of operation then, after even you provide with the prosthetics. Is there a chance of the nerves connecting and then operability be able for him to do?
That is something that is being looked into right now as far as research and development is concerned. But we do not have it in general available right now for everybody, let alone being in Pakistan. You know, it's a bit difficult for us to go through those options. But the thing is, the electromagnetic signals for the function of a prosthetic are basically traced on the surface of the skin. So we don't really have to all the time go surgically inside and install electrodes. We just we can paste something on top of the body, and then the myoelectric signals could be traced.
Exactly, and this is something which I wanted to kind of speak about as well, because you know, with artificial intelligence and with neurotransmitters and with biomechanics, you know, there have been so many inventions that people, God forbid, if somebody had an amputated arm, now they literally have a cosmetic arm as well, and it works. You know, so it will grip, it will help you do whatever you want to do as well. And coming down to the point, obviously that technology might be very expensive. You know, this is where their organization is going to play a role. But over here in Pakistan, we're still lacking in terms of moving towards those technological reforms. So you, as an expert on this, do you think that, you know, okay, how long will it take us to kind of come down to a situation where, you know, such prosthetics with neurotransmitters and proper 100% functioning will be available in Pakistan for all of those people who might need it?
All right.
I'm sorry I'm putting you under the spot, but yeah.
No, but I think I've been waiting for this moment for quite a long time, because I need this message to go across to the echelons of power. The thing is, there are two ways to do it. One is the organic way, let it grow slowly and steadily let the information trickle into the country, and let the indigenous systems develop themselves and bring them up to par with the rest of the world. But as far as the third world countries are concerned, that doesn't happen. So
Not any sooner.
what all the other middle developed nations have done is that they have spurred on this advancement by making specialized zones. And if there are some surgeries or some instruments that are not available with the general public in Pakistan, then the government should be able to somehow make an incubation center and bring all of those instruments and machines, and let the experts come at one point, and then start working on those things that are not being worked on right now. And if there are some patents involved, I personally think that the government should buy those patents from the rest of the world and give it for free to the people to work with.
Exactly.
I think that's the only way,
I mean, I believe that, we are blessed the way
agree.
NCOC is working, in the way, we vaccinated or inoculated for free as well, so in days to come, inshallah, if the government really does work very well as well, that's the way forward. But for now, sir, for kids like Sudais, there are other people out there, who might need those prosthetics. So where do you think that, there might be a lot of people out there watching us right now and might be thinking, yaar, hमें तो पता ही नहीं है कि कहाँ जाएं, किसके पास जाएं, क्या करें, किससे वो prosthetics लगवाने. So can you give us a few names as well, organizations who might be ready to help other people?
Yes, we have our organization in Islamabad. So if they
And the name of the organization is?
it's Kamran Center for Excellence
MashaAllah.
in Prosthetics and Orthotics. In Peshawar, we have an institute called PPCC. I don't really know
But
what it
it's
means.
Because in Peshawar, basically, Peshawar, we have also visited that PPAS, but they are just provide cosmetics, prosthesis.
Okay.
It's not like a
Maybe there are-
functioning.
Maybe there are other people who do require them.
Not functional prosthesis.
This is
So we
exactly
are
what I
working,
was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That basically
बस वो
speaks
फिर
out of
वजन
my-
ही है जो आपने एक्स्ट्रा
हाँ.
वेट आप साथ कैरी कर रहे हैं, उसका
Exactly.
फंक्शनैलिटी उसकी कोई नहीं है कॉस्मेटिकली.
This one,
Sir, I'll come back to you. I'm sorry. मैं सुदैस के पास आना चाहता हूँ. सुदैस, मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे अभी सर ने बताया, डॉक्टर साहब ने भी बताया कि हम जो है ना वो प्लास्टिक के बाजू भी लगा सकते हैं, टांगे भी लगा सकते हैं. आप लगवाना चाहते हैं बिला वजह, वजन ही है ना, या
क्योंकि वो
आपको
कह
लगता है कि यार कि ऐसी बाजू लगे जो काम भी करती हो?
हाँ,
दो
क्योंकि वो
चीजें है ना, एक तो सिर्फ हम प्लास्टिक की बाजू लगा देंगे, वो लगे भी तो लगेगा कि जी बाजू है, लेकिन उसका काम कोई नहीं होगा, तो उल्टा आपको ज्यादा वजन उठाना पड़ेगा, आपको और मसले मसाइल दरपेश आएंगे, कमर में दर्द होगी. या आप कोई ऐसी टेक्निक चाहते हो कि यार जिससे मैं काम भी ले सकूं? क्या आप क्या चाहते हो?
मैं वो चाहता हूँ जो काम भी मैं उस पर कर
जिसमें आप काम भी ले सको, ऐसे ही है ना. तो आप सर वो काम के ऊपर जरा आ जाए प्लीज, कि वो काम कब, कैसे, और इसके लिए मैनेज, अपने इन बच्चों के लिए कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं?
ये पॉसिबल तो है कि आप कोई फंक्शनल की चीज बनाएं, क्योंकि ये कोई बहुत बड़ा डिसेबिलिटी एज फार एज
Exactly.
इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स आर कंसर्न, ये इतनी बड़ी डिसेबिलिटी नहीं है. तो इसके अंदर यही है कि मायोइलेक्ट्रिक प्रोस्थेटिक्स दिए जा सकते हैं, और वो सिग्नल जो हैं, जो रेजिडुअल एरिया है इनका, उससे वो सिग्नल सरफेस के ऊपर ट्रेस करके
बिल्कुल.
उसको फिर एक वो होता है इन्हांसर, वो इन्हांस कर देता है उस सिग्नल को, और वो मोटर को जो है फिर वो
Function
ऑपरेट करता है.
बिल्कुल.
तो वो दिया जा सकता है. बट हमेशा हमने एक चीज याद रखनी होती है कि prosthesis should not carry patient should not carry the prosthesis.
Yeah.
Prosthesis should be carrying the patient. तो बस इसको जो है मद्देनजर रखते हुए ये काम करना होगा.
All right.
Okay, well, the future does look bright, of course. Inshallah, we really hope that similar facilities are available for Sudais and, children and people, whoever needs such. But Mohammad Raza Saab, coming to you, जब हम इस
If
condition
somebody
की-
can see you on television and can't actually hold their thoughts about you as well.
हाँ, जो भी इनको कॉल करें थोड़ी देर ना करें. ओके, रजा साहब, आप क्योंकि इतने सालों से भी सुदेश के साथ माशाल्लाह से उनकी हेल्प कर रहे हैं, फ्यूचर में इनकी कंडीशन को चेंज हो सकता, कैन इट गेट वर्स, कैन इट गेट बेटर, व्हाट इज द
असल
फ्यूचर
में-
फॉर हिम?
हाँ, असल में आपकी बात ये है, हमने जब इसकी रिहेबिलिटेशन का वो लिया, तो हमने इसको ऐसे रिहेबिलिटेट नहीं किया जिस तरह स्कूल है, तो हम स्कूल गए, हमारी टीम स्कूल गई और स्कूल की टीचर को पहले तो प्रिंसिपल उसको एडमिट ही नहीं कर रहा था
जाहिर है, हाँ।
कि इसको हम किस तरह जो जो हमारा इसका वो है क्लासरूम है वो एक्सेसिबल नहीं है, वॉशरूम नहीं है, वो
Infrastructure
सारा
नहीं,
कुछ अकबर केयर इंस्टीट्यूट ने वहाँ सारी चीज़ें प्रोवाइड की उसको जो है ना वो प्रोवाइड किया। उसके बाद जो है ना उसने ट्रायल बेस पे उसको लिया, ट्रायल बेस पे एडमिट किया कि ये इसमें पढ़ सकेगा या नहीं। लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जब इसने शुरू किया तो ये बहुत आगे गया और अब पहली साल ये इसने जो है ना टॉप किया।
Mashallah. And sir, very quickly, I
अभी
would love
जो
to
इसके
translate. I would love to translate it for
जी.
people who cannot understand Urdu as well, and that is what Mohammad Raza Saab is actually stating over here. And I love it. You know that he's not just a physiotherapist. In fact, the organization he's working with, what they did was initially we kind of missed out on that. That they went to his house in the first place, made sure that the house was accessible for him in Sudais' case as well. Not just the house, the washroom as well. And before giving him the wheelchair, they kind of took him for a test drive, because
Yeah.
they kind of moderated it the way he can drive it or ride it as well, alhamdulillah. Now the second part was his schooling. So obviously, when they went to his school, the principal actually refused to kind of give admission to Sudais. That's where the organization played a role as well. They jumped in and they were like, hey, sir, you really need to do that. And obviously, you made the classroom accessible for him, right?
So further I want to
जी
जी,
आगे
जी,
चलिए.
please.
और आगे जब ये सारी क्लासें तो इसने अवॉर्ड की, इसकी जो अभी जो हम रेगुलर चूंकि इसके साथ कांटेक्ट में है, रेगुलर इसकी विजिट करते हैं, इसकी फिजिकल कंडीशन और इसकी सारी सिचुएशन हम देखते हैं। अभी जो इसकी करंट प्रॉब्लम है इसकी, उस पे हम लोग आते हैं कि इसकी करंट प्रॉब्लम ये इसका मेन प्रॉब्लम क्या है, ये आपको खुद बताएगा,
ठीक है।
मैं भी बताऊंगा, आप बता दें।
सुदेश, आप पहले बताएं।
आपका अब क्या मसला है जो आप चाहते हैं कि मेरा ये मसला हल होना चाहिए?
मैं जब सुबह उठता हूँ तो सबसे पहले जब मेरे वालिद साहब घर में होता है तो फिर तो मुझे आसानी होता है, फिर मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता। लेकिन जब वो नहीं होता तो फिर मुझे वॉशरूम भी जाना है तो उसमें भी बहुत ज़्यादा मसले होते हैं। और जब स्कूल जाता है तो घर से रिश्के के लिए बाहर जाना है तो उस जब पापा होता है तो वो तो बाहर करता है, लेकिन जब वो नहीं होता तो फिर मुझे मुश्किल होता है।
मुश्किल होती है, ठीक है।
So, all right. So this over here is saying that the only issue that he has right now, he is very happy and, pleased with his life. I love his attitude. But the issue he faces is when his dad's not at home, then he does feel sort of limited in his working. And probably reaching the school van or probably even going to washroom for that matter, only when his dad's not home. So, of course, family is a big support system. So what do you think, Mr. Raza, can be done for this?
क्या सोल्यूशन है?
हाँ, इसी सोल्यूशन के लिए बेसिकली हम इसी सोल्यूशन के लिए आए हुए हैं, इसीलिए आए हैं कि अगर किसी के पाकिस्तान में या पाकिस्तान के बाहर कोई भी फंक्शनल हैंड हो या जो है ना इसकी लोअर लिम्ब पे हम इस तरह काम करें कि ये इसको प्रोवाइड करें कि ये खुद उठ के वॉक कर सके, घर से जो है ना थोड़ा बेशक जो है ना थोड़ा सा जैसे वो घर से आ रहा हो रिक्शे तक, या जो है ना जैसे ये इसने हमें बताया कि मैं जब स्कूल वैन मुझे वहीं पे ड्रॉप करता है स्कूल के गेट पर, आगे फिर स्कूल जाने में मुझे मसला होता है। और जब मैं क्लास में होता हूँ तो मुझे ये मसला होता है कि मैं बैग से अपनी किताबें नहीं निकाल सकता। मैं अपने दोस्तों को कहता हूँ, कभी वो मेरी हेल्प करते हैं तो कभी कभार वो नहीं करते, तो मुझे फिर मसला होता है।
डिपेंडेबिलिटी कम करना चाहते हैं।
अगर कोई भी ऐसा इदारा हो पाकिस्तान में या पाकिस्तान के बाहर जो फंक्शनल प्रेस्टीसेस अपर लिम्ब के लिए या जो है ना लोअर लिम्ब के लिए इस तरह बना ले कि इसको इसकी लाइफ को आसान करे।
जी सर, that's where you come in.
Do you suggest something? Also make a closing note for this segment, please.
Thing is, all the possibilities will be weighed on the basis of whether he will be able to function properly on that or not.
Yeah.
And that needs a checkup right now.
Just giving a cosmetic restoration and giving false promises would not be fruitful, So we really have to do the physical examination and then only we'll be able to do that.
All right, that's wonderful. And so certainly probably you're going to do the physical examination today, probably after the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
That's what Sudais is here for as well. And for everybody who's out there, Khawateen Ozad, we've said it in Urdu first that, if there's any organization, if there's anybody who knows about functional prosthesis, so please get in touch with us, our entire team as well. सर मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आप कोई नंबर भी छोड़ दें कि अगर कोई प्रोग्राम देखे और किसी को हो कि कोई मदद कर सकता हो तो वो नंबर पे फोन कर ले नंबर बता दें प्लीज
नंबर उसमें 0300 5899
5899
इस पे कांटेक्ट कर ले हमारे साथ कांटेक्ट कर ले हम फर्दर उसके साथ
That's wonderful. So anybody
you
who's
so
out there,
much.
ladies and gentlemen, I know all of you have big hearts. So if anybody can come up for us with a solution for Sudais, imagine that you will be bringing difference in a lot of lives as well, because it's not just him. You know, it's his father, mother, sister, and brother as well. You know, who really need to look after him as well. And imagine that everybody getting, you know, independent and doing their own stuff, and that's what Sudais want from his life as well. So let's join hands and let's do something for him as well. Thank you very much, Sudais. आने का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया डेरा मेहरबानी तासरा मिनकुम दे पीरा जज़ाकल्लाह thank you very much sir thank you very much sir and for everybody who's out there ladies and gentlemen we're actually heading out towards a short break
Yeah.
don't go anywhere because when you guys come back we will actually talk about arts and culture
Yeah, let's do
and that too in a different country and
Okay.
that too of Pakistan let's do that
Brilliant. Stay
Good
tuned.
morning.
Good morning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you very much for staying tuned, and for everybody who just got tuned into PTV World. You're watching World this morning. Today happens to be Friday. We want you all to remember us all in your prayers as well. With me, I have Shiza Hashmi, and I am Shahzad Hassan Khan. In this segment, what are we talking about, Shiza?
Well, of course, we're talking about something very interesting. We love to talk about people and to, well, bring people on board who are doing something for Pakistan. Shahzad, you know, the incumbent government did realize this, and I think now every Pakistani knows that Pakistani expats, overseas Pakistanis, are actually a huge asset to Pakistan.
Yeah.
Not
Which is
just
why
in
they have a
terms-
voting right now as well.
Yes, amazing, I can vote. But the thing is, not just in terms of economy I'm talking about,
Yeah.
or finances for that matter, remittances for that matter. I'm talking about in terms of spreading the culture. I mean, we are living in the 21st century.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't have to be Eurocentric anymore, or America-centric for that matter. Of course, we need to promote our culture like we promote everyone else's. So today we will be in conversation with this amazing gentleman who did go abroad for studies, but made sure to take the part of Pakistan with him that he will spread over there, of course, and continue to work for Pakistan. We're not going to give away what he's doing. Let's just hear from him what
Yeah.
he's doing instead. He happens to be Fahad Simab. He has joined us live all the way from Germany right now. I think it's way too
Deutschland.
early from him. Yes, Deutschland. Assalamu alaikum, Fahad. Can you hear us? How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I can hear you. I'm completely fine. How are you guys?
Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely perfect, Fahad. It's so good to actually have you on our television screens, and that too somebody who's representing Pakistan in the best of colors, that too in Germany. So it's wonderful. So how did it all started? Please let us know.
Yeah, so I came to Germany for doing my PhD, and along with that, so I got an opportunity to like carry out or do an event here regarding the promotion of Pakistani culture, and there I met amazing guys from the very good network here, Urdu Radio Deutschland, and then I got an opportunity to work as a general manager of Urdu Radio Deutschland, and so the thing, how it all started is in this way that I carried out an event, and then because I love Pakistan, we all love Pakistan, and I think being abroad, we have what you say, a responsibility to promote our culture, our language, our tradition abroad.
Of
And
course.
through Urdu Radio Deutschland, I got this opportunity, and that is what we are doing now.
Alhamdulillah. So you're actually running a radio frequency over there. You're talking about a lot of kids coming in, speaking speeches. There's a lot of stuff which is going on. How is it being received by people in Germany? The people who are from Germany, people who are around you. What do they have to say about Pakistani culture and arts?
Okay, so let me start like what we are doing so that then we can connect about this thing, how Germans are liking it. So what we are doing here, we are trying to promote the Pakistani arts, language, and literature. And
Yeah.
the good thing and the best part is that we are doing this voluntarily. So we are students and professionals in the fields combined, working voluntarily to promote our culture. And in this regard, what we are doing, so we know some Germans who actually can speak Urdu, and they can speak Urdu really well. And
Really?
one of the yeah, persons I would like to mention here is Professor Almut Dagener. She is head of Indology department in University of Mainz, and she can speak Urdu very well. And other than that, an interesting thing I would like to quote is that we are now scattered across Germany. So we have members all over Germany. And in fact, we are also now getting people from Hong Kong. Like we know a person from Hong Kong. Her name is Kimi, and she doesn't speak Urdu. Like she cannot speak Urdu, but she's really fond of the language and she wants to learn it. And she's trying to learn Urdu, and which is really interesting that people are kind of liking Urdu and they want to learn our language, which is really nice. And so it's the people are really liking the culture. For example, we did a recent did an event, and there I would like to mention that we showed the music, our music, we showed our language, our dresses, and we showed the beautiful videos from Pakistan. Along with that, we also showed dancing. So Atan dance was shown, and I would like to mention here that the people got so excited that they wanted to learn it, and they started asking people, how can we do this dance? So this is how people are kind of loving our culture, and I think we should promote it more so that more people can come to know of our beautiful culture and come to and start loving Pakistan, which is really beautiful.
I believe it's wonderful. I believe it's wonderful, Fahad, and what you're doing for Pakistan and Pakistani culture. I think it's superb, and it was really important to have you and to kind of share it with our audiences in 46 different countries. But Fahad, over here, I have another question. That is that two or three of my friends actually are in Germany. They live in Germany. They're working with the automobile sector, and every time I'm in conversation with them, they kind of tell me that it's very important to learn German to survive in Germany as well. So this is one aspect. Was it the cause that you thought, okay, they're making us learn their language, let's share our part as well?
Interesting.
Yeah, you can say that. In fact, why we did it now, this is a very interesting question which you just asked, was that, so you come here, you come to Germany, and immediately you realize, okay, so I don't know German, because mostly people come here without knowing German, and immediately they realize, okay, so we cannot communicate with local people here, and we are in a barrier. And that is where Urdu Radio Deutschland comes into play, and that is how we started. So we came up with this idea to kind of help Pakistani community, like to work for their welfare and kind of explain the laws here and the stuff that they can do here in Urdu, so that for them it becomes feel like home. So, they start feeling like home. And so how we did it, so we started with the radio channel in the beginning, and we started working for the welfare of the community. Like we did some seminars for that how you can become a successful entrepreneur, and along with that we did recently some health seminars, which I would like to mention, because people here didn't know how they can get vaccine, because right now people here in Germany are getting vaccinated. So this was another thing, and for that we did this health seminar in which we tried to explain them the German laws regarding the vaccination. And this is what we are doing. So we are using Urdu language to promote our language and culture, and along with that we are also trying to integrate German culture into the Pakistani community by using our language and explaining them the laws and the situation and how things work over here.
All right, Fahad, of course you guys are doing an amazing job, but one thing to realize over here is, probably because it's a long-term thing, so we might not talk about it now, but let's. It's not just something that will end when you leave Germany. This is something that is going to create a ripple effect. The culture is soft power. Soft power stays. Even if you want to take it out, you can't. It's not material. So it stays. Why is it so important for you doing this? Because we're living in a time where Europe especially, sorry to say this, probably, well, a lot of nations outside Pakistan are really Islamophobic. And for us to, well, bear the religion, bear the nationality, and take the positive aspects of it to all the people living abroad, I think that is super amazing. So let us know, Fahad, what are your future endeavors? What are you guys planning to do with this radio frequency that you've bought?
But what does Urdu have to do with it anyway?
By Urdu, I mean Pakistan, and Islam and Pakistan are connected, and every time our premier has spoken about it. I mean, dealing with Islamophobia is definitely Pakistan's agenda, yes. So I think you're contributing to that. Go on, please.
Yeah, so here I would like to mention that why we are doing it. So as you know, in our culture, in our country, we have very beautiful things to show. For example, uh, we have we have our, for example, we have our food, we have our, you can say, we have our cultural diversity. So we have tourism to promote, and we have different, for example, the music. So we have the music to show. We have the, for example, I would like to give an example here. There was an event here, like before Corona time, in which they called the musicians from all across the world in my university, and they were singers from, for example, Egypt, India, and different countries. So the people couldn't understand the language, but they were enjoying the music. So it is one of the examples which I would like to quote, that how we can promote other things of our culture, and this is the thing which will create a softer image of what you say, of our diversity. And this is why I would like to, and we would like to work in the future as well. So when I'm not here, or maybe because I want to work and serve my country, so I want to come back. So when I'm not here, I want this tradition to continue, and I'm very lucky that we are full of motivated people who are working with me voluntarily, and working a lot to promote Pakistani culture, not only in my city, that is Aachen, but all across Germany, Berlin, Munich, and Stuttgart, Frankfurt, they're everywhere.
I know, and it's great, but at the same time, since we're talking about cultures, we would actually, do you know German, by the way, Fahad?
Yeah, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Like, I can speak a little bit German. I'm still learning, but
So we
yeah.
want you to actually, kind of say the same thing which we actually said it in English, so, just so that we can get a tinge of German today as well. So can you say
Yeah,
a few
so
things in German and then translate that this is what I was saying?
So ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. It means that I can speak a little bit German. And so, for example,
Say
it's
something
morning,
about
so
Pakistan.
yeah, ich liebe Pakistan. I love Pakistan. And yeah, you can. So ich komme aus Islamabad. So I come from Islamabad, and things like this. So
That's nice.
So very quickly, Fahad, obviously you said it in German that, you love Pakistan. But,
Yeah.
for a second, if we take Pakistan away, did you ever fall in love in Germany as well?
When you come abroad, you like you like, for example, the European architecture, the European cities. But I think, and I feel that when you come abroad, this is a very important message. I feel what I'm kind of trying to say is that when you come abroad, then you realize how important your cultural uniqueness and diversity is. Then you realize how important your food is, how important, for example, the locality you were living in is, and how beautiful it is, and how beautiful the cities in Pakistan are. And then you kind of start loving everything about Pakistan. And so you like Europe, but then you start comparing things with Pakistan, and then you start falling in with Pakistan more.
And that's literally true as well, because all of my friends who are in Germany, they have a better and a beautiful bond together, amongst Pakistani
Yeah.
people as well, and not just that they do come across German people as well, and they can come across really nice as great people, and they're wonderful people to work with. But thank you very much, Fahad, for kind of making sure that that we have a representation, that too in real time in Germany. Somebody as smart as you representing Pakistan is something which we want, because the world now knows that that Pakistan is full of educated youngsters who are ready and who are amazing, and they can do pretty much everything, and they can pretty much achieve everything. So best of luck to you for all of the things you're doing and for all of the things you're planning as well. Thank you very much for taking out time and being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Fahad, for being with us, and for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure that you write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of
Well This Morning.
on Twitter,
Well This Morning without a G.
on Daily Motion and GTube.
It is Well This Morning.
Exactly, and the fabulous repeat is going to be at
5 past midnight tonight.
till the next time. Look after yourselves. 1, 2, 3. Good morning.